Okay, so chapter 15 of Yogi Science of Breath. More phenomena of yogi psychic breathing. Thought projection. Thoughts may be projected by following the last mentioned method, distant healing, and others will feel the effect of thought, so forth. It being remembered always that no evil thought can ever injure another person whose thoughts are good. Good thoughts are always positive to bad ones, and bad ones always negative to good ones. One can, however, incite the interest and attention of another by sending him thought waves in this way, charging the prana with the message he wishes to convey. Hold on. If you desire another's love and sympathy and possess love and sympathy for him, you can send him thoughts of this kind with effect, providing your motives are pure. Now, never, however, attempt to influence another to his hurt or from impure or selfish motives, as such thoughts only recoil upon the sender with redoubled force and injure him while the innocent party is not affected. Psychic force, when legitimately used, is all right, but beware of black magic or improper and unholy uses of it, as such attempts are like playing with a dynamo, and the person attempting such things will be surely punished by the result of the act itself. However, no person of impure motives ever acquires a great degree of psychic power, and a pure heart and mind is an invulnerable shield against improper psychic power. Keep yourself pure and nothing can hurt you. 3, forming an aura. If you are ever in the company of persons of a low order of minds and you feel the depressing influence of their thought, breathe rhythmically a few times, thus generating an additional supply of prana. And then by means of the mental image method, surround yourself with an egg-shaped thought aura, which will protect you from the gross thought and disturbing influences of others. Recharging yourself. If you feel that your vital energy is at a low ebb and that you need to store up a new supply quickly, the best plan is to place the feet close together, side by side, of course, and to lock the fingers of both hands in any way that seems the most comfortable. This closes the circuit, as it were, and prevents any escape of prana through the extremities. Then breathe rhythmically a few times, and you will feel the effects of the recharging. Recharging others. If some friend is deficient in vitality, you may aid him by sitting in front of him, your toes touching his, and your hands in yours, and his hands in yours. Then both breathe rhythmically, you forming the mental image of sending prana into his system, and he holding the mental image of receiving the prana. Persons of weak vitality or passive will should be careful with whom they try this experiment, as the prana of a person of evil desires will be colored with the thoughts of that person and may give him a temporary influence over the weaker person. The latter, however, may easily remove such influence by closing the circuit, as before mentioned, and breathing a few rhythmic breaths, closing with the cleansing breath. Number 5, charging water. Water may be charged with prana by breathing rhythmically and holding the glass of water by the bottom in the left hand, and then gathering the fingers of the right hand together and shaking them gently over the water, as if you were shaking drops of water off of your fingertips into the glass. The mental image of prana being passed into the water must also be held. Water thus charged is found stimulating to weak or sick persons, particularly if a healing thought accompanies the mental image of the transfer of the prana. The caution given in the last exercise applies also to this one, although the danger exists only in a greatly lessened degree. 6, acquiring mental qualities. Not only can the body be controlled by the mind under the direction of the will, but the mind itself can be trained and cultivated by the exercise of the controlling will. This, which the Western world knows as mental science, etc., has proved to the West portions of the truth which yogis have known for ages. The mere calm demand of the will accomplish wonders in this direction. But if the mental exercise is accompanied by rhythmic breathing, the effect is greatly increased. Desirable qualities may be acquired by holding the proper mental image of what is desired during rhythmic breathing. Poise and self-control, desirable qualities, increased power, etc., may be acquired in this way. Undesirable qualities may be eliminated by cultivating the opposite qualities. Any or all of the mental science exercises, treatments, and affirmations may be used with the yogi rhythmic breath. The following is a good general exercise for the acquirement and development of desirable mental qualities. Lie in a passive attitude or sit erect. Picture to yourself the qualities you desire to cultivate, seeing yourself as possessed of the qualities and demanding that your mind develop the quality. Breathe rhythmically, holding the mental picture firmly. Carry the mental picture with you as much as possible and endeavor to live up to the ideal you have set up in your mind. You will find yourself gradually growing up to your ideal. The rhythm of breath assists the mind in forming new combinations, and the student who has followed the Western system will find the yogi rhythmic a wonderful ally in his mental science works. 7. Acquiring physical qualities. Physical qualities may be acquired by the same methods as above mentioned in connection with mental qualities. We do not mean, of course, that short men can be made tall, or that amputated limbs may be replaced, or similar miracles, but the expression of the countenance may be changed. Courage and general physical characteristics improved by the control of the will, accompanied by rhythmic breathing. As a man thinks, so does he look, act, walk, sit, etc. Improved thinking will mean improved looks and action. To develop any part of the body, direct the attention to it, while breathing rhythmically, holding the mental picture that you are sending an increased amount of prana or nerve force to the part, and thus increasing its vitality and developing it. This plan applies equally well to any part of the body which you wish to develop. Many Western athletes use a modification of this plan in their exercises. The student who has followed our instructions so far will readily understand how to apply the yogi principles in the above work. The general rule of exercise is the same as the preceding exercise, acquiring mental qualities. We have touched upon the subject of care of physical ailments in preceding pages. 8. Controlling the emotions. The undesirable emotions, such as fear, worry, anxiety, hate, anger, jealousy, envy, melancholy, excitement, grief, etc., are amiable to the control of the will, and the will is enabled to operate more easily in such cases if rhythmic breathing is practiced while the student is willing. The following exercise has been found most effective by the yogi students, although the advanced yogi has but little need of it, and he has long since gotten rid of these undesirable mental qualities by growing spiritually beyond them. The yogi student, however, finds the exercise a great help to him while he is growing. Breathe rhythmically, concentrating the attention upon the solar plexus and sending to it the mental command, get out. Send the mental command firmly, just as you begin to exhale, and form the mental picture of the undesirable emotions being carried away with the exhaled breath. Repeat 7 times and finish with the cleansing breath. and then see how good you feel. The mental command must be given in earnest, as trifling will not do the work. Number 9, transmutation of the reproductive energy. The yogis possess great knowledge regarding the use and abuse of the reproductive principle in both sexes. Some hints of this esoteric knowledge have filtered out and have been used by Western writers on the subject, and much good has been accomplished in this way. In this little book, we cannot do more than touch upon the subject and omitting all except a bare mention of theory, which will give a practical breathing exercise whereby the student will be enabled to transmute the reproductive energy into vitality for the entire system, instead of dissipating and wasting it in lustful indulgences in or out of the marriage relations. The reproductive energy is creative energy and may be taken up by the system and transmuted into strength and vitality, thus serving the purpose of regeneration instead of generation. If the young men of the Western world understood these underlying principles, they would be saved much misery and unhappiness in after years and would be stronger mentally, morally, and physically. This mutation of the reproductive energy gives great vitality to those practicing it. They will be filled with great vital force, which will radiate from them and will manifest in what has been called personal magnetism. The energy thus transmuted may be turned into new channels and used to great advantage. Nature has condensed one of its most powerful manifestations of prana into reproductive energy, as its purpose is to create. The greatest amount of vital force is concentrated in the smallest area. The reproductive organism is the most powerful storage battery in animal life, and its force can be drawn upward and used, as well as expended in the ordinary functions of reproduction, or wasted in riotous lust. The majority of our students know something of the theories of regeneration, and we can do little more than to state the above facts without attempting to prove them. The yogi exercise for transmuting reproductive energy is simple. It is coupled with rhythmic breathing and can be easily performed. It may be practiced at any time, but it is especially recommended when one feels that instinct most strongly, at which time the reproductive energy is manifesting and may be most easily transmuted for regenerative purposes. The exercise is as follows. Keep the mind fixed on the idea of energy and away from ordinary sexual thoughts or imaginings. If these thoughts come into mind, do not be discouraged, but regard them as manifestations of a force which you intend using for the purposes of strengthening the body and mind. Lie passively or sit erect and fix your mind on the idea of drawing the reproductive energy upward to the solar plexus, where it will be transmuted and stored away as a reserve force of vital energy. Then breathe rhythmically, forming the mental image of drawing up the reproductive energy with each inhalation. With each inhalation, make a command of the will that the energy be drawn upward from the reproductive organization to the solar plexus. If the rhythm is fairly established and the mental image is clear, you will be conscious of the upward passage of the energy and will feel its stimulating effect. If you desire an increase in mental force, you may draw it up to the brain instead of to the solar plexus. By giving the mental command and holding the mental image of the transmission to the brain. The man or woman doing the mental creative work or bodily creative work will be able to use this creative energy in their work by following the above exercise, drawing up the energy with the inhalation and sending it forth with the exhalation. In the last form of exercise, only such portions are needed in the work. Only such portions as are needed in the work will pass into the work being done, the balance remaining stored up in the solar plexus. You will understand, of course, that it is not the reproductive fluids which are drawn up and used, but the etheric pranic energy, which animates the latter, the soul of the reproductive organism, as it were. It is usual to allow the head to bend forward easily and naturally during the transmuting exercise. 10. Brain stimulating. The yogis have found the following exercise most useful in stimulating the action of the brain for the purpose of producing clear thinking and reasoning. It has a wonderful effect in clearing the brain and nervous system, and those engaged in mental work will find it most useful to them, both in the direction of enabling them to do better work and also as a means of refreshing the mind and clearing it after arduous mental labor. Sit in an erect posture, keeping the spinal column straight and the eyes well to the front, letting the hands rest on the upper part of the legs. Breathe rhythmically, but instead of breathing through both nostrils, as in the ordinary exercises, press the left nostril closed with the thumb and inhale through the right nostril. Then remove the thumb and close the right nostril with the finger, and then exhale through the left nostril. Then, without changing the fingers, inhale through the left nostril and changing fingers, exhale through the right. Then inhale through the right and exhale through the left, and so on, alternating nostrils as above mentioned, closing the unused nostril with the thumb or forefinger. This is one of the oldest forms of yogi breathing, and it is quite important and valuable and is well worthy of acquirement. But it is quite amusing to the yogis to know that to the Western world, this method is often held out as being the whole secret of yogi breathing. To the minds of many Western readers, yogi breathing suggests nothing more than a picture of a Hindu sitting erect and alternating nostrils in the act of breathing. Only this and nothing more. We trust that this little work will open the eyes of the Western world to the great possibilities of yogi breathing and the numerous methods whereby it may be employed. Number 11, the grand yogi psychic breath. Yogis have a favorite form of psychic breathing, which they practice occasionally, to which has been given a Sanskrit term, of which the above is a general equivalent. We have given it last, as it requires practice on the part of the student in the line of rhythmic breathing and mental imagery, which he has now acquired by means of the preceding exercises. The general principles of the grand breath may be summed up in the old Hindu saying, "Blessed is the yogi who can breathe through his bones." This exercise will fill the entire system with prana, and the student will emerge from it with every bone, muscle, nerve, cell, tissue, organ, and part energized and attuned by the prana and the rhythm of the breath. It is a general house cleaning of the system, and he who practices it carefully will feel as if he has been given a new body, freshly created from the crown of his head to the tips of his toes. We will let the exercise speak for itself. Number 1, lie in a relaxed position at perfect ease. 2, breathe rhythmically until the rhythm is perfectly established. 3, then inhaling and exhaling from the mental image of the breath being drawn up through the bones of the legs and then forced out through them, then through the bones of the arms, then the top of the skull, then through the stomach, then through the reproductive region, then as if it was traveling upward and downward along the spinal column, then as if breath were being inhaled and exhaled through every pore of the skin, the whole body being filled with prana and life. Then, breathing rhythmically, send the current of prana to the 7 vital centers in turn as follows, using the mental picture as in previous exercise. To the forehead, to the back of the head, to the base of the brain, to the solar plexus, to the sacral region, which is the lower part of the spine, to the region of the navel, to the reproductive region. By sweeping the current of prana to and fro the head to feet several times. Finish with the cleansing breath. And I'll pause here. I feel like it might be hard to memorize all these different exercises, but I'm glad to learn them. We always have them to reference. I told Amanda earlier, I used the pain relieving one yesterday and it worked. So you can always go back to them if you want to practice well.
Useful.
You know, I'm always looking for new breath work, and I feel like this is such a great resource.
Yeah. I know, I just feel like I know, I didn't hear what you said, Amanda. But I feel like we're moving through it quickly, but like anything else, we can always go back to it. That last one made me think of like a mix of like breath and yoga, like breath yoga nidra.
Yeah.
All right, so questions. Oh wait, I'm not gonna do this. Questions, thoughts before we sit and meditate. I have a yesterday was gratitude day and I didn't think to do it, but I have a guided meditation script from Chopra that I can read on gratitude today. If you want to be guided through a meditation and then transition into your quiet, silent, or whatever your meditation looks like. And if you don't want to hear it, you can just mute me.
I love it. Thank you.
All right, so we'll do a few rounds of nostril breathing and then a few moments of whatever breathing you want to work on today. You're just finding that breathing posture, whether you're sitting or laying down, straight spine, relaxed body, close the eyes or keep them open. Relax the face. Creating those deep breaths in and long breaths out. And then bring your right hand to the face. Excuse me, close the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale through the left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. You take a few more rounds on your own breath. And when you feel done, you'll exhale out the left side. Begin to set up your meditation, taking any other breath or movement on your way there. I'm going to set the timer and let the guided meditation be part of our 20 minutes. And if anybody wants this after, just let me know tomorrow or something. I'll send it to you. So again, this is from the Chopra Gratitude Guided Meditation. I will be bringing your awareness to something in your life that you are thankful for. Just give gratitude when the chance comes up naturally. And when it comes up, just let it yourself sink into the feeling, surrender to it. Notice how it feels in your body, how your energy feels. And if it doesn't come up, that's okay. You don't need to try to make yourself feel it. Just surrender to your heart, not your head. So let's flash through all aspects of your life that you might be grateful for. Firstly, bring your awareness to your breath as you inhale and as you exhale, and the fact that each of these breaths give you life. Then be aware of your heart beating, pulsing, filling with love and compassion and peace, and flowing that back out. Bring your awareness to your eyes that let you see color, faces, smiles, nature, the sunrise, the sunset, the rainbow, the moon, and the stars, yourself in the mirror. Bring your awareness to your ears that beam in sounds, music, laughter, the voices of those you love, the silence, the beautiful sounds of life. Bring your awareness to your nose that smells the ocean breeze, the aroma of sweet perfume, the flowers, the trees, newly cut grass, the wafting smells that come from the kitchen, cupcakes in the oven. Bring your awareness to your lips and mouth that tastes and savors and nourishes, kisses and speaks, that whispers and sings. Bring your awareness to your hands that hold and touch and caress and open and close and applaud and squeeze, the arms and shoulders that carry and hug and lift and stretch. Our feet, our toes, the gift to wiggle them, transport you, walk, run, dangle, dance, kick, fold, leap, and point. What about your tears, your sorrows, and the strength that you seem to be able to muster to make it through each day? Bring your awareness to your abundance, your expansion, your evolution, your perspective shifts, the affluence and flow and empathy and love and light, your ability to see growth and potential in every moment. Now just breathe and feel more grace and ease. And now experience the warmth, love, and compassion that gratitude brings into your heart. Drift your awareness to nurturing relationships in your life, the new ones and the older ones. Material things that came to you unexpectedly, things that flow to you with great effort and commitment, hard work. Think of love in your life and your connection to those things that are sweet and loving and honorable and just feel right. When we no longer take life for granted, we become grateful for everything that we have. Just breathe and feel this flow. Enhance the heart center. Namaste. Bye, bye, Lauren.
See you soon.
Yes. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the fall.
Oh, send that beginning meditation to me from Deepak Chopra.
I will. I have to email it. Otherwise, it's too long. Is that okay?
Are you? Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right. I'll see you.
Yeah.
Okay.